What happened? Hi, everybody. I hope you can hear me. Sound check. 1, 2, 1, 2. How is everyone today? Hello, Oomph. I see your eyeballs. I see your eyeballs in the chat. Hi, Rip. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. I just like hit buttons and I ended up going out of my stream for a minute. Oh, did you hear those birds? Hi, Melissa. How are you? Welcome. Um, yeah, no, I'm in a good mood. I don't know why I'm in such a good mood, but I am, and I'll take it. I'll take it. Um, happy. What is today? Tuesday. Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Hope it's going well. Yet again, introducing you to my gifted. This is the benefit of having a child in the industry is that she has friends that give away equipment when they upgrade. Oh, you couldn't. Oh, the swearing. I fell for that. Those swearing parrots. Those dang parrots. Yeah, no, it's yeah, it's a good day. Isn't it freaking awesome? I can't wait. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up I do have a breath shield. Aren't you aren't you wishing that I had this before? Um as she breathes into the recording. Say something plosive. Hi, Lee. Well, filters help. Love those filters and lots of makeup. No, thank you. That's nice of you. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna in my room, I'm gonna get one of the I could probably build it. I think my kid and I can actually fabricate this, but they have these things like little sound booths that you put like moving blankets over, and then it creates a little recording booth. Oh yeah, well now. Or what that round thing did. Yeah, it's supposed to be helpful. Um but so I'm gonna build my own little sound booth so I can sing because this microphone is a condenser, so it's good for vocal recording, and I'm really excited about it. It's a lot of fun. I feel really lucky. Anyway, so let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let me see what I have for you because I have a few things actually. All right, we've got a few things today, mostly to keep the plosive P's and T's and sibilant noises from pummeling the. I'm gonna build. Yes, Melissa, thank you. I'm gonna build a blanket fort. That is basically what I'm doing. I am building a blanket fort. And don't get me started on the fact that I may be putting a canopy over my bed just because I wanna. Yes. Age is a number. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay. Um yeah, I can't wait. Oomph, I'm really excited to see how this microphone changes recordings. I'm interested to get your feedback when I have something to show for it. I think it'll be interesting. I also now granted this is one of those stupid apps on I don't know where it is. I guess it's on YouTube. Oh, it's on YouTube. So they have this app that will master your vocal tracks, and I'm kind of curious about because I have no idea, obviously, how to master any kind of or whatever they do to tracks. I have no idea how to do it, so I'm not even going to try. But I am curious to play around with that. So, but human engineers are always the best. All right, so let me see. Okay, so we have a lot of things to talk about. Okay, first of all, Gal Suburban brought this article to my attention. We have two medias in this country, and they're going to elect Donald Trump. And she was like, I'd really like someone to read it to me so that I'm like, I can do that for you. I can do that for you. Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm going to try it out. Okay. So let me entertain you. Let me see if I can. Oh man, what? Hold on. Yeah. Wait, what? Oh yeah. Website notifications. What? No. Google Chrome. I don't think this is what I want to share. Oh God. Okay. Hold on, everybody. It's because I had to switch to Firefox. So I have to figure out how to share. I have to open the system settings. So hopefully this won't. Auto-tune some Lindell. Oh my God. I have so many good sound clips. I could sew a parody song of God is watching us. Frauds are watching us. Frauds are. What if frauds were? No. Ears and taste. Yeah. Auto-tune some Lindell. Yeah, no, I want to do that. Oh man, I gotta. Fuck. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try and do this. I hope to God I don't lose you. There we go. Wait. What? I don't know if this is gonna be a big disaster. Wait, let me just see what's going on here. Hold on. I have an idea. Sorry. Musical interlude. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Where's my Google Chrome? Yeah. Oh, is that? Oh, I see. Never mind. Do. And then when we do this thing, we're gonna do it. Yeah. Okay. All right, let me just actually, why don't I do this? I'm just gonna close all this shit. All the shit. Okay. There we go. All right. Okay. Firefox. Oh. God, do it. No. Later. Just fucking do it. Okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back here. So sorry, forgive me. Your stewardess will be around with a complimentary. There's a mic setting off. Oh no. It's a little staticky. Oh no, hold on. Fuck you, Firefox. I hate you, Firefox. I hate you. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay, is it bad? It's echoing you, but in static. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. Hold on. I'll tell you what we'll do. Hold on. We will abandon ship. We will abandon ship. I'm gonna. Okay, can you hear me? Hey man, you know what we do? It's customer service first. Tech repair later. It's a very big mic stand. Very big. I can't roll over that. Put you over here. Oh my god, the legs are so long. Excuse me. Hold on just a minute. Ah! Oh! The studio's a little small, but we're going to make it work. Get over there. Get over there. Hi, everybody. I fucking love my life. There we go. I'm sorry. I just love it. Oh my god. I'm such a fucking dork. I'm the biggest fucking dork. Okay. All right. Here we go. Here we go now. All right. Let me see here. Did you just whack yourself in the head? No, I didn't. No, I was slapping my thighs. That was me slapping my thighs. Okay. Hold on. Oh my god, this is too funny. Okay. So again, Gal Suburban, thank her for this nonsense. We have two medias in this country, and they're going to elect Donald Trump. This is an article in the New Republic from, I think it was September 18th, if I'm not mistaken. Where was it? Yeah, September 18th, Michael Tomasky. So this is what it is. If the press doesn't get involved in the civic health of the nation, there may not be a nation in which a free press might reside. It's often asked in my circles, why isn't Joe Biden getting more credit for his accomplishments? As with anything, there's no single reason. Inflation is a factor. His age is as well. Ditto the fact that people aren't quite yet seeing the infrastructure improvements or the lower prescription drug costs. There is no one reason, but there is one overwhelming factor in play, the media, or rather the two medias. It's very important that people understand this. We reside in a media environment that promotes, whether it intends to or not, right-wing authoritarian spectacle. At the same time, as a culture, it's consistently obsessed with who won the day, while placing far less value on the fact that the civic and democratic health of the country is nurtured through practices such as deliberation, compromise, and sober governance. The result is bad for Joe Biden, but it's potentially tragic for democracy. Get out of here. Let me begin by discussing these two medias. The first, of course, is what we call the mainstream media, the New York Times, the Washington Post, the major non-Fox news networks, a handful of other newspapers and magazines. This has also been known as the agenda-setting media because historically that's what they did. Whatever was the lead story in the New York Times that day filtered down through the wire services and other delivery systems to every newspaper and television and radio station in the United States. Then there's an avowedly right-wing propaganda network. This got cranked up in the 1970s when conservatives, irate over what they not incorrectly saw as a strong liberal bias in the mainstream media, decided to build their own. Rupert Murdoch bought the New York Post. In the 1980s, Reverend Sun Myung Moon started the Washington Times. In the 1990s, right-wing talk radio exploded, enabled in part by a 2-to-1 decision by a judicial panel of the D.C. Court of Appeals making the fairness doctrine discretionary. Those judges were Antonin Scalia and Robert Bork. Then the Fox News Channel was launched. Back then, even with the launch of Fox, the mainstream media was much larger and more influential than the right-wing media. If the mainstream media was a beach ball, if the mainstream media was, where did I go? If the mainstream media was a beach ball, the right-wing media was the size of a golf ball. Today, they're about the same size. In fact, right-wing media might finally be bigger. Mainstream media audiences and newsrooms have shrunk. Consider, in 1990, newspapers reached 63 million readers. In 2020, that number was 24 million. In 2006, newspapers employed about 75,000 people. In 2020, that figure was 31,000. The right-wing media, meanwhile, has grown and grown. Fox, One America, Newsmax, Talk Radio, Sinclair, and all its local TV and radio news operations, and much more. So the right wing media today is, I'd argue, at least equal in size to the mainstream media. But here's the more important point: the right wing media has more power to set the news agenda than the mainstream media. It's vital to understand this fact and why it's so. The success of the right wing media is by and large due to the way they speak in lockstep with one voice and the way they push one very partisan agenda. They promote Republicans and conservatives, and they say nothing good ever about Democrats or liberals, exception people who go off the reservation and willingly foul the Democratic liberal nest, like Joe Manchin or some liberal academic or talking head who turns right, like Glenn Greenwald. Their guiding ethos is not journalistic, but political, to advance one party and creed and work their readers and viewers into a constant state of agitation about the other party and creed. And in a time when the Republican Party project has little to do with policy and everything to do with fomenting culture war, no matter how trivial, the right wing Wurlitzer is adept at ginning up a good 2-minute hate against something that got tweeted or what Mr. Potato Head is wearing that week. And here, the mainstream media, chasing engagement like a child fields for candy, follows the right down into these rabbit holes. The mainstream media, in contrast, do not speak with one very partisan voice. They speak in many voices, critically, including many non polemical ones. Their guiding ethos is not political, but journalistic. Sure, they're liberal in two senses. First, their editorial pages typically endorse Democrats. And second, they are culturally liberal because they are mostly based in big cities and their staffs include lots of LGBTQ people, for example, and precious few evangelical Christians. Is that true? I might question that, but anyway. But even with all that, the mainstream media do not serve a transparent political agenda in the way a right-wing media do. When the New York Times or CNN or MSNBC gets a scoop about a serious corruption in the Biden administration, they pursue the lead and, if verified, report it. If Fox got such a scoop about Donald Trump, well, it's conceivable that there's someone left there who wants to do real journalism and who might pursue it. I wish that person luck, though, in getting on the air. And even if Fox were forced to report it, they'd quickly find ways to rebut it. Now, back to Biden and the question of credit. The right media will never give Biden credit for anything. He could cure Alzheimer's, and they'd lead with the fact that he failed to cure Parkinson's. So in their world, nothing good happens in the economy can or will ever be credited to Biden. Sure. Sorry. And the mainstream media, yes, Biden gets credit for things, but the mainstream media do not speak with one voice as the right-wing media do. So to the loud and bumptious anti-Biden chorus that blames him for everything bad, there is no equally loud and bumptious pro-Biden answering chorus speaking as one and giving him credit for everything good. And with respect to economics specifically, the imbalance is made worse by the fact that the mainstream business press, as Tim Noah pointed out not long ago, tends to accentuate the negative and see bad news nearly always coming around the corner. And that's why today the right-wing media have become the agenda-setting media. They set the political agenda because on core issues, they speak with one very loud voice. By the way, and I want to stress this, I'm not arguing that the mainstream media should speak with one loud and liberal voice. No, the mainstream media should do journalism. Politico doesn't exist to provide cover for Democrats. It never has, by the way. That's my little commentary. Nor should it. It and other mainstream outlets should try to treat both sides equally, except when they shouldn't. There are times when it's impossible from a journalistic perspective to treat both sides as equals, and the press has to get a lot better at recognizing when those moments arise. This brings us to another huge problem. Back in the 1970s, the first noted conservative media critic was a man named Reed Irvine, who headed a group called Accuracy in Media. Irvine got meetings with the editors of the Times and Post and so on, and sat down with them and pointed out to them examples of liberal bias in their pages, from the way things were phrased to the space allotted to, say, Democrats versus Republican senators in a given story. Much of the time he had a point. At the same time, the then new conservative movement was growing. Ronald Reagan came on the national scene, and talking heads like Pat Buchanan and John McLaughlin, both former Nixon aides, were ascendant. This led to self-policing and overcorrecting that we see so much of in the mainstream media press or mainstream press these days. Most reporters know that they are personally pretty liberal, so they overcompensate for that. Most of them went to elite schools and have maybe known a Southerner or an evangelical, so they overcompensate for that as well. Never known, excuse me. This is an opinion piece. It's from the soapbox. That's what gave us all those stories of reporters venturing out into the heartland to try and understand Trump voters, and all those stories about people who refuse to wear masks or get their shots. How many of more of these can we bear to read? I kept wondering at the time, and I couldn't help but notice that there was no mass effort to find and understand Biden voters after he won in 2020. To do my and the New Republic's little part in bucking these trends during the pandemic, I sent a journalist, Marion Renault, down to Red America, Mobile, Alabama specifically, to report on the people who were following the rules, who were wearing their masks and getting vaccines in inhospitable milieu. She produced a beautiful moving report that I felt certain would land on TV and get attention. No one cared. It didn't fit the narrative, either right-wing or mainstream. Not enough chaos or conflict to be found in American citizens helping to knit up the civic fabric during a traumatizing pandemic, I guess. But all that is relatively benign manifestation of overcompensation. There's a malignant manifestation, and it's the one that profoundly poisons our democratic well. The pursuit of balance in the coverage of politicians. This is what's going to help elect Donald Trump. How? Because media, by its nature, decontextualizes facts. That's how news is presented. No news outlet ever tells you the full story because the full story is long and complicated and often pretty boring. What's news, on the other hand, is the stuff that's interesting and that stands out. So outlets run with that, and even when they try to contextualize later, it often doesn't matter. Take the classified documents cases. They could hardly be more different. Oops, let me see what I'm doing here. Let me just move this so I can see the chat. I'm so sorry. Thank you. I'm so sorry I haven't. Hi, gal. Oh, no, don't be sorry. Okay, they could hardly be more different. Trump had hundreds of documents with classified markings. Biden, about 20. Trump ignored repeated requests from the FBI to come down to Mar-a-Lago and do a search. Hold on. Thank you. Trump ignored repeated requests from the FBI to come down to Mar-a-Lago and do a search. Biden's attorneys, upon discovering a few classified documents among his papers, immediately and voluntarily called the White House, which immediately and voluntarily notified the National Archives and Records Administration, which immediately took possession of the docs. And yet the story for a lot of voters is they both did it. I'm not sure what can be done about this. The right-wing press promoted that line, and of course it lied and lied and lied about Biden, using the phrase 1,850 boxes, as if that number of boxes was full of classified documents. Parenthetically, it was the total number of boxes of papers from his Senate career. And lies, as we know, get around the world a lot faster than the truth. So the right-wing media spread the lies, but the mainstream media were surely guilty of overhyping the Biden doc story. And for that matter, the Mike Pence doc story. In both those cases, it's likely that some aide made a mistake. Couldn't be more different from Trump, yet the media coverage in both the Biden and Pence cases for the first few days was salacious. There just has to be a way to cover things proportionally. And this will happen between now and the election. Biden has known from time to time to embellish stories. He used to tell a story about being arrested in South Africa some years ago because he refused to use a whites-only door. He apparently did refuse to use that door, but he wasn't arrested, he was detained, and as he ultimately admitted, but Fox can string together a few of those and the narrative will become, they both lie. What will the mainstream media do about that? So no, on matters like these, both sides absolutely cannot be treated equally. One side lies all the time and with specific intent. On the other side, lies and exaggerations are sometimes told to gain advantage or gild a lily. By the way, this is used to describe the Republican Party as well as the Democrats, but no longer. But for the right, lies are a weapon. The media must recognize the difference and they must point it out over and over and over. Simple rule. When fairness and truth are in conflict, journalism has to choose the truth. If it doesn't, there goes democracy, killed off in part by the free press that is supposed to be its frontline defender. A media environment that doesn't put truth above all other considerations is by definition a media environment that promotes spectacle. The right wing media, which again is now the agenda setting media, promotes spectacle intentionally. The mainstream media does it unintentionally, but it does it all the same. And we know who benefits from that. Again, another point that's important to understand. The media as an entity, as a sort of self-perpetuating machine, is different from journalists. I have little doubt that most mainstream journalists revile Trump either because of his politics or, if they're not personally liberal, because he is an enemy of free speech, independent inquiry, serious discussion, and every value journalists cherish. But that isn't what matters here. What matters is that the mainstream media as a machine loves Trump, or at least the machine loves how useful he is. He seeks constant attention. He provokes, he's self centered, he's bombastic. He and the media beast feed off of each other. Breastfeed? Feed off each other. Okay, sorry. Biden, on the other hand, is none of those things. And he has qualities that the media beast finds uncompelling. He's serious, knowledgeable, not flashy, not attention seeking, and empathetic. It's just not a fair fight. So that's where we are. What should the mainstream media do? I don't have all the answers, but here are a few thoughts. Call a lie a lie. Don't seek to create false equivalencies in the name of balance. Don't be afraid to say that one side lies constantly and with the specific intent of muddying facts, while the other side lies far less frequently or maliciously. Remember that we are not, Remember that we are not just in the news business, we're in the information business. We're in the preservation of the civic fabric business. And we're in the business of people. Wherever people need the intervention of journalists, we don't check to see how they voted first. It's our responsibility to try and build an informed public. This means, for example, reminding voters of the lies Trump told as president and the norm-crushing actions he took. That's not news per se, but it's information the electorate tends to forget and will need in order to make an informed decision. The right-wing media will be out there promoting Trump's lies and telling their own lies about Biden. The mainstream media shouldn't cover for Biden. If the law ends up having Hunter Biden dead to rights, it should, of course, be covered truthfully. But in addition to telling the literal factual truth on any given issue, the mainstream media must remember that it can't shirk the larger truth that American democracy is under grave threat. If that's taking sides, well, it's the side Abraham Lincoln took against a racist authoritarian regime and the side Franklin Roosevelt took against fascism. That strikes me as the side of a free press. If it hopes to stay free, should want to join. Very good. Thank you, Gal. Thank you, Gal, for that. That was great. Thank you so much. Hi, Marie. Let's say hi. Hi, Adriana. Hi, Jim. Yay, Gal's here. Nobody should treat you. Oh, what? Ah, this is a good fit with Heritage 25. Yep, it sure is. It sure is. The Epic Times is no, I don't think Falun Gong. I think there's I just want to fact check that before I put it up. Hi, Marie. Salut. Okay, so let me that piece. I just felt like finally. Oh yeah, no, it's a very good piece. I mean, I don't agree with everything, but that's the point of an opinion piece. Okay, and then the other thing I have another thing. Pro democracy, pro free press would be nice. I think I guess I'm just really surprised about like the shift from when Chris, whatever his name was, took over CNN, and just the way like the whole rhetoric changed, and you hear people that normally wouldn't have said things like, oh well, we're talking tonight about Biden's poll ratings, like that kind of thing. And not that, well, I think polls are stupid. I don't think there's any math. I think 538 proved that polls were bullshit. Okay, let's be honest. Why did my thing switch? Hold on. Why did my thing switch? Oh, it didn't. I don't understand this computer. CNN saying we're running out of what? Charles Bausman, freaking wild, and confirms things I've been saying. Oh my God. Chris Licht, yeah. I know. Non-inside insights. The hour is late. CNN was saying we're going to run out of gas by mid. Oh, that's right. Oh, they were saying that. Yeah. I don't know. I just. It's so stupid. I'm going to have some coffee, actually. Coffee and weed. Okay. Sorry. Let's see. What'd you say, Gal? Check Hannah Glass or something like that. The new piece on Charles Bausman. Hannah Glass. Hannah Glass. Hannah Glass. Hannah Glass and Hannah Glass. Hannah Glass. I also have the Charles Flynn piece pulled up, Gal. And I have an Atlantic article to read to you as well called The Rights Disinformation Machine is Getting Ready for Trump to Lose. Isn't this interesting? Oh, no, that's 2020. Oh, yeah, never mind. That's the Q thing. I just wanted to read that. Hannah Glass, let me see. Hey, Spin, how you doing? SPLC. They said we wouldn't. Wait. Hold on. I'm going to find Hannah. Hold on. Hold the phone, Joan. Hold the phone, Joan. Hold the phone, Joan. The dear. That's not the right one. Okay. Do. Okay. So do you have 5GW hot takes thread on Charles Flynn? I added some interesting takes. It's Samoy. Okay, wait. Let me get 5GW pulled up. 5GW. Do. Here we go. We're gonna oops, hold on. Let me just make it a little bigger. Okay. All right, let me go here. Hold on, everybody. Just wait a minute. 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 All right. Okay. Are you ready, kids? Oh, Bausman. I see. Oh, that's right, because he's in Russia. Just a little spy joke. Okay, here we go. Charles Bausman. This is 5G. If you're not following this account, I don't know what you're doing. You better follow this account, people. All right, let's see here. Let me see what I got here. Hold on. Wow, this is so weird. Okay, no, that's not what I wanted. Okay. All right, Charles Flynn. No, Charles Bausman. Okay, wait. Charles Bausman. When you cross-reference, is this the one? No. Nope. That's pinned. Oh, here we go. I may have some things to add on. Oh, Hannah Gase. Should I look at this one? Should we look at this one? Okay. Charles Bausman. Do you want me to read this? Do you think I should read this, Gal? This article? Charles Bausman, a pro-Kremlin propagandist with murky sources of funding, tried to collaborate with core members of the alt-right. Hi, Ted. Both Bausman and Flynn stuff up there. Oh, okay. Oh God. I'm gonna put the link on. in case you want to come on. Uh, uh, you DM'd me? Oh my god. I'm just like. Oh. Let me see here. Let me see what's going on. Hold on. Wait, what? What was I doing? Oh, yeah. I wanted to. What was I wanting to do? Oh, yeah, I gotta check my mail. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, please don't make me sign in. Bitch! Fucking hate Firefox. Okay, wait. Okay, let me go back to this. I'm so sorry. I'm a little high. Maybe a lot high. Okay. So let's just see what this is all about. You are sharing another screen. Wait, which one am I sharing? Oh, well, okay, yeah, okay, great. Okay, fine. All right, fine. Okay, so pro-Kremlin propagandist ties to white nationalist movement deeper than previously known. September 19th, 2023. Shit. Hate Watch reviewed materials indicating that Charles Bausman, the pro-Kremlin propagandist who disappeared to Moscow in the aftermath of the January 6, 2021 insurrection at the U.S. Capitol, involved himself in the American white nationalist movement years before previously thought. Charles Bausman, the 59-year-old American who has lived in Russia on and off for the past 3 decades, founded the pro-Kremlin website Russia Insider in 2014 when he was living in Moscow. In the years following President Donald Trump's 2016 electoral win, Bausman began to use the site to promote an array of overtly fascist and anti-Semitic content. Upon moving from Moscow to the eastern Pennsylvanian city of Lancaster in 2018, Bausman involved himself in a plethora of right-wing causes. Then, after attending the January 6th insurrection at the Capitol, he disappeared to Russia, leaving behind nearly $1 million worth of property. There, Bausman has reemerged as a media commentator. In March, Bausman co-hosted multiple episodes of an online show with a man whom U.S. officials identified in a declassified intelligence report as at times acting on behalf of Russia's Federal Security Service, the FSB, to manipulate American public opinion, as Hate Watch previously reported. Russia Insider has published speeches from Adolf Hitler justifying his 1941 invasion of the Soviet Union, which resulted in the death of some 27 million Soviet people, excerpts from the dictator's autobiographical screed Mein Kampf, which a Russian court declared extremist and banned in 2010, and the work of Nazi collaborators who waged war on the Eastern Front. Oh. Interesting. Not a coincidence. There are no coincidences. Well, I mean, I guess there are coincidences, but I don't think there really are. Okay. So here we go. Mein Kampf. Beyond Nazi primary sources, the far-right groups and content that Bausman has involved himself with or promoted reflect a diverse array of far-right ideologies. Since 2018, Bausman has collaborated with or promoted Alex Jones, a prominent anti-government conspiracy theorist and the founder of InfoWars, the Rod of Iron Ministries, a gun-obsessed religious group, and the National Justice Party, a self-styled pro-Hitler political group with ties to the Right Stuff podcasting network. Oh my God. Until now, reporters and researchers have typically pointed to a 6,000-word anti-Semitic diatribe from January 2018 called, quote, "It's time to drop the Jew taboo," end quote. I'm sorry. As Bausman's first foray into far-right extremism. In it, he lauded the alt-right, a term used in the mid to late 2010s by members of the movement, researchers and journalists to describe a coalitional approach, to white supremacist organizing. Bausman commended the alt-right's intellectual heft and lavished praise onto several of the movement's figureheads. However, the materials that Hate Watch obtained and reviewed indicate that the pro-Kremlin propagandist involvement in the white nationalist movement dates back to as early as fall 2016. Hate Watch found that Bousman attended a 2016 conference in Washington, D.C., hosted by the National Policy Institute, a now defunct white nationalist think tank, in which attendees threw up Nazi salutes. Oh, I remember that. Hate Watch also obtained leaked emails showing Bousman sought to plan an event. That's when you called this gal. Sought to plan an event in Russia with members of NPL, including Richard Spencer, then the head of the group that organized the 2016 conference that Bousman attended. Oh my God. Rod of Iron is a more militant, schismatic shard of the Unification Church. Oh, interesting. Additionally, recent business filings and a series of blog posts with Bousman's byline on them shed additional light on his involvement with the National Justice Party, the pro-Hitler political party, which the pro-Kremlin propagandist has praised for their valuable contributions to political discussion. End quote. Hate Watch reached out to Bousman over email. He did not respond. Hate Watch reached out to multiple current and former members of the National Justice Party, including Gregory Conte, Mike Painovich, and Joseph Jordan, over email or text message. They did not respond. Supporting America's white supremacist movement. The emails that Hate Watch obtained reveal that Bousman sought to collaborate with members of NPJ, including petitioning the group's reclusive late founder, William Regnery II, to organize a multi-day conference in Moscow. Hi, Max. I like all tribe. What does that say? Alt-right. Alt-right. We need to make some real motherfucking fun of that. Hate Watch was able to verify the authenticity of the leaked material based on the fact that two sources recalled meeting Bousman at multiple white nationalist events during that time period, namely the 2016 conference and subsequent summer 2017 conference organized by the self-styled raced realist, in quotes, think tank American Renaissance. The leaked materials indicate that Bousman's association with the NPJ, that's not easy to say, began in late 2016 when he attended the group's annual, annual conference in Washington, D.C. The event took place over the course of 2 days, beginning with a private dinner in Northwest D.C. on the evening of November 18th, and culminating with a full day of speeches on November 19th at the Ronald Reagan Building and International Trade Center a few blocks away from the White House. Luke O'Brien, an investigative reporter who has written extensively about the far right, said in a phone conversation with Hate Watch that he met Bousman while checking in for the conference on Saturday, November 19th. O'Brien recalled that after he introduced himself as press to NPJ personnel, Bousman struck up a conversation with him. He said, "I'm also with the press." He gave me his card. It was for Russia Insider, O'Brien recalled in a conversation with Hate Watch. Quote, "He was there for networking purposes is what it felt like to me," end quote, O'Brien said. Bousman met with both Regnery, I don't know how to say that name. Is it Regnery? And Spencer within the week of the 2016 conference. In a November 27th, 2016 email to NPJ personnel, Bousman expressed his support to Spencer following blowback from some of the segments of the white nationalist movement and the mainstream media for a speech on the night of November 19th, when around a dozen people threw up Nazi salutes. Bousman referred to Spencer's critics as, quote, wusses. That hurt, Chuck. That really hurt. Don't call me a wuss. Later in the email thread, Bousman added, quote, "It was great to meet you and Bill," whatever his name is, "and I will get back to you with some info on what we discussed," end quote. Bousman soon followed up with NPJ personnel via email. On the morning of December 12, 2016, Regnery sent an email to Bousman with the subject line, Pan-Euro Congress. The note appeared to follow a phone conversation between Regnery and Bousman. Oh, this poor guy. I'm sorry I'm butchering his name. Regnery announced that Bousman had, quote, located a young Russian of Ukrainian background who was brought up in the States, end quote, but who, quote, lives in Moscow and is interested in being our leg man, to lubricate our meeting plans. Oh, okay, end quote. Ugh. Regnery went on to suggest a series of next steps, including proposing sending Spencer to Moscow for a week to begin making the rounds and inspecting likely venues. Though Regnery did not offer a timeline in the email regarding when such a trip would occur, he suggested September 2017 as a possible month for the event itself. The chuckle cuck dance is something. Yeah. Chuckle cuck. Everybody go after chuckle cuck. No, not after, but you know what I mean. Just mock him. I like to mock my Nazi simps. That's my weapon. My weapon is mocking. I'll mock you. Okay. Okay. The email includes repeated references to NPJ's attempt to host a conference in Budapest in October 2014, which resulted in Hungarian authorities deporting multiple speakers, including Spencer. In Spencer's case, Hungarian authorities detained him on charges he failed to carry proper documents on his person, although others were turned away at the border. To avoid such hurdles, Regnery suggests, quote, to have a marquee name that is indelibly associated with the Putin administration, end quote. However, the email chain does not make it readily apparent if Regnery had any specific figure in mind. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, I feel like so much wonderful stuff is happening in the chat, but I'm going to keep going because you guys are smarter than I am. Okay. Quote, we can expect the few seconds of video of the upraised arms at the end of the fall meeting to be constantly looped by those who seek to vilify the conference, end quote, he continued, referring to footage showing attendees throwing up Hitler salutes at the November 2016 conference. Returning to the 2014 debacle in Hungary, Regnery added, quote, assuming we can avoid a recurrence of this perception in Russia, we need to concern ourselves with the demonization of the meeting elsewhere in Europe. We need to submerge the involvement of NPJ in a handful of other Europe and Russian organizations, end quote. Quote, Russia is the only European country in which a pan-Europe alt-right interest group can be launched, end quote, Regnery wrote. Wow. NPJ's event in Moscow did not come to fruition. However, Regnery's proposal mirrored a 2015 conference hosted by the Russian ultranationalist party Rodina, Motherland, that drew a variety of far-right figures from the United States and Europe, including American white nationalists Jared Taylor and Sam Dixon. Spencer and Bousman crossed paths again at a July 2017 gathering held outside Nashville, Tennessee, by American Renaissance, an organization run by Taylor, where Bousman invited Spencer to team up with him on fundraising ideas. Evan McLaren, NPJ's former executive director, who publicly disavowed white nationalism in April 2022, told Hate Watch in a message that he recalled meeting Bousman at the conference. Shun, mock, ridicule. All right. I don't remember how detailed his question, quote, I don't remember how detailed his questions were, but he definitely took me aside and pumped me for information, end quote, McLaren said. A good friend of many years. In addition to Spencer and Regnery, Bousman also collaborated with Gregory Conte, NPJ's former director of operations. I recognize that name for some reason. No problem, Rip. Hate Watch found. Now one of the co-founders of the National Justice Party, Conte serves as a through line between Bousman's early involvement in the alt-right and later collaboration with the pro-Hitler National Justice Party. Is that what the guys down in Florida were part of, the National Justice Party? The Nazis that were whatever, Boneface or whatever the fuck his name is. Russia Insider's archives indicate that in August 2016, Bousman shared an article from the reactionary blog Atavastik Intelligentsia, penned by Greg Ritter, a pseudonym Conte then used in the white supremacist movement. Conte, this time under his given name, contributed an article to Bousman's site that was tagged as, quote, exclusive to Russia Insider, end quote, on December 1st, 2018, a few months after he resigned from his position at NPJ and other Spencer-affiliated properties. Conte's relationship with Bousman appeared to extend beyond contributing to his site, according to Bousman's own statements and one from Conte's former collaborators. McLaren, the former white nationalist, told Hate Watch that he met with Conte and Bousman sometime between December 26, 2019 and January 5, 2020 in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. At the time, he said, Conte was deeply involved with Russia Insider. Quote, I hadn't completely cut ties with Conte yet, and I let him know that I was going to be stateside. Bousman really wanted to meet up. He wanted to recruit me to work on whatever projects they had going, and he was curious about the dirt on Richard Spencer. End quote, McLaren, who now lives in Europe, told Hate Watch in a message. Quote, he didn't have any specific role in mind, at least not that he explained. He was just trying to involve me, end quote, McLaren added. Furthermore, in a November 4th, 2021 article on a website called Lancaster Christian, Bausman described the former NPJ director of operations as, quote, a good friend of many years for whom I have the highest personal esteem, end quote. Hate Watch identified Bausman as the owner and operator of the Lancaster Christian website, where he is the sole contributor, through its review of internet records. Lancaster Christian shares an IP address with several other Bausman associated web properties, including Russia Insider and its sister site, Russian Faith, indicating that the same person set up these sites. Spencer, who worked with Conte until July 2018, confirmed the pair's long-standing friendship in a request for comment from Hate Watch. Quote, not a week would go by without some mention of Bausman from Conte, end quote, Spencer told Hate Watch. Hosting the National Justice Party. Bausman's writings on his Lancaster Christian website and corporate documents filed on behalf of the NJP shed new light on the pro-Russia propagandist relationship with the white supremacist group. Mike Penovich, a white supremacist podcaster whose former associates have accused of running a cult, launched the NJP in summer of 2020. It featured a variety of speakers, including Conte, associates of Penovich's, the Right Stuff Podcasting Network, a former member of the longtime neo-Nazi group, the National Alliance, and other prominent figures throughout the White Power movement. At the time, Hate Watch reported that the event took place in, quote, what looks like a barn, unquote. Maybe because you're a bunch of fucking animals. Local news outlet Local news outlet Lancaster Online later identified Bausman's farmstead on Millersville Pike in Lancaster County as the location for the meetup in an expose published in October 2021. Bye, Adriana! My reason was that I believed this group of guys, some of whom I know personally to be of high integrity and brilliant intelligence, who had made highly valuable contributions to political discussion in our country and my publication, should be allowed to gather in a space and have a private meeting to discuss whatever they want, in italics, end quote, Bausman said in the November 4th, 2021 article on the Lancaster Christian, in which he detailed his reasoning for allowing Penovich and others to use the property. Hi, Spotman! Yeah, it's Dragon Nazi Day. Let's keep dragging them. Well, they just keep popping up. I don't know. Elsewhere in the same article, Bausman lauds Penovich as, quote, famous for making good speeches, end quote. Well, we all know where that gets you. Penovich told the New York Times in 2022 that NJP, quote, went our own way, end quote, with respect to the Bausman. However, corporate records for the two LLCs associated with the organization, National Justice LLC and National Justice Party LLC, that Conte filed with the Maryland Secretary of State, indicate that the organization continued to use the address of Bausman's farmstead on NJP's official records well into 2023. The corporate documents that Conte filed on behalf of the NJP include an application to create a National Justice LLC that Conte sent in on December 7th, 2021, and a trade name application registering National Justice Party LLC that Conte filed on June 9th, 2022. A January 2022 report from the local news outlet Lancaster Online indicated that Conte was also residing at the property for a time. These boys. Conte used the address of Bausman's barn again in an article of amendment that he filed on February 16th to transfer ownership of the National Justice LLC to Penovich. Conte filed the document after publicly announcing his departure from the NJP in a 15-minute rambling audio clip that he published on the low moderation app Telegram. In it, Conte accused NJP leadership of spending $10,000 of the group's funds to spend on cryptocurrency, as well as, quote, an ongoing pattern of behavior, including secrecy, lies, and deception, end quote. The recording closes with an inscrutable request in English and German to listeners to determine if they're, quote, for or against the Fuhrer, end quote. Yikes. The earth has shifted in America. Hate Watch reviewed archived Russia Insider posts as well as materials related to Bausman's public appearances in Washington, D.C., New York, and Moscow, in order to better understand his growing interest in the white nationalist movement in late 2016, as well as a subsequent turn toward far-right activism. Hi, Pepper! Hate Watch reached out to multiple people listed as speakers at two events focused on U.S.-Russia relations that Bausman appears to have attended in 2015, according to material on his Russia Insider website and other online archives. These events include a March 25, 26, 2015 World Russia Forum, once annual gathering in Washington, D.C., organized by the Soviet born nuclear physicist and Russian insider contributor Edward Lazansky, and the March 27, 2015 Russia Forum, New York, whose organizer Elena Branson has since been charged by the US government with acting as an unregistered foreign agent on behalf of the Russian government. Elena, naughty naughty. User under the name RI Staff announced in a now deleted post on the Russia Insider website that Bausman would be speaking at the World Russia Forum on March 24th, 2015, on a litany of subjects including terrorism, weapons of mass destruction, climate change, and drug trafficking. World Russia Forum's official program does not even list Bausman by name and only includes his website among a handful of others during a 45-minute panel called, quote, Presentation of Alternative Sites, end quote. You sent me a clip. Okay. But the same Russia Insider post does not mention Bausman's appearance at the Russian Forum, New York. Lozansky, who organized the annual World Russia Forum, confirmed to Hate Watch in an email that he thought he brought Bausman to the 2015 event as part of a panel to discuss alternatives to mainstream media. He recalled that Bausman had also attended a tree planting ceremony in Moscow roughly a month later. The event commemorated the Allied victory in World War II. While Lazansky was an early contributor to Russia Insider, dating back to the site's founding in 2014, the site's archives indicate that most of his contributions on the site between fall of 2014 and spring of 2017 consists of reposts from other media outlets. He said he wasn't sure why Bausman stopped reposting his articles and that he was unaware of Bausman's participation in the 2016 NPJ event. Sure. Lozansky said he didn't speak to Bausman for several years until he met him at a July 4th gathering of American expats in Moscow. Quote, we spoke briefly and he mentioned that RI is not doing well these days. That's about it, end quote. Lozansky said, sure. Russia Insider's pivot from sharing mainly material concerned with foreign policy and U.S.-Russia affairs to solidly far-right propaganda outlet appears to have coincided with President Donald Trump's 2016 presidential campaign. By early 2016, Bausman began portraying Russia Insider less as a publication concerned with U.S.-Russia relations and more as another website within the broader sphere of alternative media. In a May 19th, 2016 post called, quote, Russia Insider is really a mirror of the Trump-Sanders phenomenon, end quote, Bausman fantasized and depicted his site as countering a neocon lies about Russia. Between July and October 2016, Russia Insider ran multiple articles portraying the growing alt-right movement and Trump as possible Russian allies. At a 2016 speech in Moscow less than a month before he would attend the now infamous NPJ conference, Bausman described American politics as shifting as the result of unnamed activists. Quote, the fact of the matter is the earth has shifted in America in a very fundamental way, end quote, Bausman said during the presentation in October 25th, 2016. Quote, the people who have realized how crazy the American system has become will not go home. They will not stop talking. If Hillary wins, she will have a big, big problem on her hands, end quote, he added. Wow! Wow, Luigi! Okay, I want to go back here. Let me come to chat for a second. Okay, we've got to catch up. Let's see. I'll find that. Oh, Margulis. That's the guy who wrote his obituary the day before he died, right? Or something like that. I remember he had like really big white hair. He was very smarmy. But didn't he like predict his own death or something weird? I don't remember. But yeah, I thought he did. You think Bausman is, yeah, that's Margolis. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. I hope they keep digging. You do think he's a key? Well, you've been right about pretty much everything. You can't even think of something you haven't been right about. Wait, what's this? Luke O'Brien. Oh, he was at that thing with Jill Stein. Um. Well, of course he would be connected to Chuckle Cuck, wouldn't he? Of course he would be. It's not that big a world. Oh, hi, Clay. I'm sorry I didn't see you. Hi, Rufus. Luke O'Brien, an investigator. I still don't get all of that. Good for you, Max. Good for you. The Chuckle Cuck. Yeah, mostly shun. Am I right? Good luck. You guys are so funny. Let's see. Let me see if I can get to the clip. Wait. Valar Margulis. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was so weird. That Keith Ingersoll time was so weird. The Cubs, in my opinion, where the talking points about January 6th. Marcy Wheeler did some great stuff, and so did SPLC. Oh boy! All right, okay. Carry on. Okay, let's go into this thread though, because now we're in the meat of the matter here, baby. Go to this. Okay, this I might need mine. Okay, so we did. Okay, so this is pretty much just going over her thing. I want to go back to 5GW. Where, gal, I'm sorry. Should I? I just want to see this. Can I just see this?
So I want to unpack what you mean by Q 2.0. What does that mean about Q 1.0, and how is this an improvement on it? Have you ever heard of something called Pizzagate? I have, yeah. So I can tell you in the last 2 years, my eyes have been open to the significance of human trafficking. I was asked to go down and help some people in Texas who were working for law enforcement. It's very serious, very sober fellow about my age. And he tuned me into so many things about COVID were wrong, and the response to COVID were not based on science. And he turned me into that. One was Phil Waldron. Former Army Colonel Phil Waldron is a top expert in psychological warfare and served with Flynn for many years in Afghanistan and Iraq.
Within days of the 2020 election, Waldron emerged with a PowerPoint alleging Dominion voting systems rigged the election for Joe Biden. Though false, Trump embraced the claims.
And he had some cyber people around him. A couple of them in particular had this interest in election fraud and were starting to tell me, sort of whisper to me on the side about and doing their own research. And I saw the operating manuals and sales literature for one of the machines, I don't want to name the brand because I won't create troubles for you. But I think
this
we
is
can
the dude
take a
that's
guess.
sitting in Ghana, right?
He arrived with Schmerninian.
He ran to Ghana.
Complicated operation. And it was either done by a hacker who was especially good at covering his tracks, or there was some script buried within the computer that woke up and executed this. Let's say the software woke up, did these things, right? Yeah. But that's why there is a redundancy in the system. The elements of this have to meet the burden that not just the machine malfunction, but there's also the corresponding votes and the tabulations that are all created to have redundancy. I see it as a soft coup. I see it as a rigged election, a soft coup, and the agents behind it are both national and international in scope.
What if you're wrong?
What if I'm right?
Well, that's the supposition that they got us here. So now what if you're wrong?
Oh, that would be bad. That would be a bad thing to do. What is the world?
What? He's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh, this is the one I was going to read. Tina shared this. Also, follow Tina. TRCF. I always call this Tina really chases fuckwits Twitter terror. So TRCFWTT. Or fuckwads. Doesn't have to be fuckwits. Could be fuckwads. Sorry, I drank this soda really fast. Okay, let me see if I can figure out how to do this. Hold on. Everybody just take a minute. Just take a minute. Let me see. Let me check my... I still only have signal on my fucking phone. Yep. God, I missed a lot this morning. Did you send it? I'm so sorry. Your DMs. Okay. All right. Hold on. Hold, Joan. Hold the phone, Joan. Hold the phone, Joan. Hold the phone. No, I can't really check DMs in public. Guy. Hold on. I'm doing it. Wait. Oh, man. Okay, wait. Hold on. Let me just check this. Oh, this is the one I want. When was this? Okay, hold on. Everybody just hold on. Okay, just hold on. Nobody panic. Nobody panic. Everything's going to be fine. That's it. Okay. Where is it? Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Copy. Here we go. Ooh. .com. I think I could just do this. Okay, here we go. Da da da. Wah wah. Here we go. Wah wah wah. Let's start here. Hold on. Let me get back to you guys. I miss you. There we go. That's a great mnemonic. Say it again. Wait, what was it? Oh, Tina really chases fuckwads Twitter terror. The TT I am having a little trouble with. But Tina really chases fuckwads is a good start. Okay. Let's just see what 5GW has to say. Yay. Sorry. I think this is very good. Whatever this is that I'm having, this is very good. Okay. You know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. It's grape something. Grape ape? Yeah, it does. Tina really chases fuckwads. Twitter terror. Okay. 5GW reports, for someone who was apparently so concerned about optics on January 6th at the Capitol, you would think that Charles Flynn would equally be concerned about the optics of a dysfunctional Congress using an apolitical service as a political and ideological weapon. Girl. Oh, do the Bousman clip first. Oh, okay. All right. Well, okay. Hold on. Hold on. I'm coming. Hold on. Wait, where is it? That's that. Oh, Scheitenheimers. Sorry, wrong one. Is it the... Oh, okay. It's this one. Okay. Sorry. Hold on just a minute. I'll know what I'm doing. There. Hold on. I'm coming. Hold on. I'm coming. Okay, this one, the deep, the dirt, the deep. I'm going to go ahead and put it there. Beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. I want to keep that other one up. Okay, here we go. Here we moving everything around. Moving everything around. Okay, there we go. Okay. So this is the one, right? This is the Bousman clip. Got an ice cream cookies pen and some fruit punch gummies. Ooh. Oh, Adriana, I hope your shoulder's okay. Wrong one. Hold on. Hold on. Is it the... Oh, no, here we go. Nope, that's not it either. Girl. Wait, is it the 6/11 one? Is it the June 11th one? Send again. Open last one. Okay. There we go. Oh, I don't know what. What? Okay. Okay. I'll play around. There we go. Here we go, walking down the street. Woo, 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 woo. Hey, come on. Come on. Open. Don't not open. Don't not open. Oh, oh, what? 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 Okay. Bitch, please. Okay, this is not the one I want. Where's mine? Hold on. Do 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 do. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay. Well, why can't I? Wow. I think it's really interesting when things try to God damn it. It opened it in some weird place. That's I just have a little bit of a technical issue right now. If you'll just hold for just a moment, I'll be right with you. Hold, please. We are now processing. I really need this to be like something I can do. This is so... It's like opened its own window. Okay, anyway, I can't be bothered. This is so weird. It's like not giving... Okay, I'm sorry. But now I want to end it. Stop it. Oh, I know why I did it. I did it wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't try to share things as like a stupid, like, just don't right click things and think you're going to share them and airdrop them, because it's not going to happen. It's just not. Don't even try it. Let me be the mistake that you made. Oh, wait, where am I going? Oh. Yeah, she's cute. She's cute. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Asked Weed Shop for edibles that wouldn't make me have to nap. I think those are shrooms. Just kidding. That's why you need an extra snack for that issue, Ted. Oh, I don't get hungry when I RSO gummies. What's RSO? Edibles are great for body pain. Still got that. eat like candy issue. Yeah, oh, that's right. Yeah, you did have a little bit of a I don't know when to stop issue. Okay, let me get to this. Oops, no, shit. Sorry. Get over here, Mike.
Most of the people in that crowd who's
Okay, so we're gonna listen to this is Bowsman's special. This is Gal Suburban, Rick Simpson oil, a full plant extraction. Oh, will make someone sleep, I think. Okay, Gal Suburban put a post up on January 28th, 2022. Bowsman's special report for Russian state TV the day after January 6th. This was when Republicans were still saying Antifa did it. Bowsman later released it in English around the time narrative changed to FBI. Notice his knowledge of the swing states and the Pence card. Warning, this is propaganda. Because you're so fucking responsible. I love you.
stormed the Capitol were just the regular Trump supporters who were in the demonstration. It's very possible that those agencies were thinking that all they needed to do was have some TV footage of some fighting with police and some barriers getting knocked over, and that would be enough to discredit Trump and make him look bad and make his supporters look bad.
Now everybody can see that. We got the power together. We did this shit together. Oh, yeah.
So I think it's a combination of both things. And there's a reason for that. There was a reason why the crowd was much angrier than perhaps people expected. Because just 2 hours before that, while Trump was making his speech, Mike Pence stabbed him in the back in the Capitol building. Because Mike Pence, the vice president, had the constitutional right to stop the counting of the electors because he had gotten official requests from the state legislatures where the votes were being challenged. Pennsylvania, where we're sitting right now, Georgia, Michigan, Wisconsin, Arizona. All these places had said, look, we don't think that the election was done properly in our state. We want more time to try and figure out what happened. So Mike Pence had every right to say, I can't certify these electors. Let's send it back to the states and give them some more time.
I'm sorry.
And it's also very important to understand that when the crowd was in front of the White House, it was a very peaceful crowd. There was none of this anger, and there was no incitement from the president or his son or other people who spoke that was making the crowd angry. And they were walking down to the Capitol to have a peaceful demonstration in front of the Capitol.
Oh, he uses
the violence in front of the Capitol started before the main crowd arrived. So that, again, is a sign that there was something going on in terms of creating a false flag.
Jesus Christ.
Most of the people in that...
Like said, I also got ratio. Oh, I want to try RSO. I smoke weed. I just started touring the pen. I like the pens. I know. Now I'm vaping. Welch's gummies. I thought this was like the Crude Boys pen, cheaper, 2 gram disposable. That's pretty cool. You're one of the Eddie blocked. Oh, can you not, do they not work for you, Max? Do they not work? I love how the chat turns exclusively to weed, and I love you very much. I got so mad the Friday we did the 10-hour space getting pummeled that I ate a whole bag of peach sativa gummies for breakfast on Saturday. Oh my fucking God, Ted. Yikes. Yikes. That's funny. Be careful. I saw some synthetics the people at a smoke shop were selling as whole cannabis HHC. Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't work for you. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. They don't really work for me either. I don't really do gummies. So, but hey man, any way you can get your soothing with being legal and not hurting anyone, you're all right in my book. You're all right in my book, that's for sure. Yes, you are. You're a fine person. and you're really a good person. Faith and Bagora. Okay. Oh, now I want to try RSO gummies. Oh my god. Yeah, I want people to be careful. Yeah, be careful. Check your quality. I love my people. I have the best weed delivery. It's the cheapest in LA. It's called Kushfly, Kushfly. Everything, they always have a deal, always. They have a punch card, they deliver, they're adorable, they're so sweet, they're so fast. If they don't have something, they'll call you and like, what do you need? Like, can we do something else? They're just the most wonderful people. So make sure you tip your delivery drivers because they're driving around with stuff that they could get like robbed for. So anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so here we are. I wanted to say the rest of this tweet. It has been suggested to try edibles with a large helping of food. I've heard this. I do love my dispensary. Yeah, I don't think they yeah, Max, I've heard that. It is counterintuitive. I would think it would. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just a smoker. Okay. I don't smoke cigarettes though. I've never smoked cigarettes. And all the stuff that I did to my body, I never smoked cigarettes. And I never like shot up like drugs. Coke? Yeah. Welcome to the 90s. That's all I have to say. Welcome to the 90s. We'll send pick of RSO. Oh, thank you. Yes. Oh, sorry. That was from Max. Okay, let me see what else is going on here. This is the wrong one. Okay, then Gal goes on to write pro-Kremlin site called Russian Faith, which is run by the rabidly anti-Semitic Charles Bausman, another WCF advisor, Pavel Parfentiev, who claimed credit for Russia's ban on adoptions by LGBTQ couples, also spoke at the conference. Wow, Gal. This dude's a shithead. Another co-sponsor, a group run by the sanctioned Konstantin Malofiev, God's oligarch. Is Malofiev still alive? I'm a skinny bitch, though the metabolism thing might be true. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe. Never shot up stuff, not judging, but especially not a cigarette. You've never shot up a cigarette? Yeah. It's not, I don't know. I've never seen it. All right. Among the featured speaker, Yelena Mizulina, who's been sanctioned by the U.S. for 5 years and counting. Wow. I can't read that. That's too small. New. Meet the largest front in Russian infiltration among the American far right. America's right-wing homeschooling movement. Whoa. I want to take a look at that. Here's the rabidly anti-Semitic Charles Bausman saying he's a good friend of Alexei Komov, the main Russian partner of HSLDA, World Congress of Families. Fuck. Oh. Julia Davis, she's good. Oh my God, Gal. I'm going to put the link of this into the chat so people can read through. Because that's the thing about a Gal thread. You got to take some time with that. You can't just run. I used to make RSO, but now, wait, what'd you say? I just don't like fudge. I don't even like fudge. Not knowingly, Adriana, the ones. Okay, RSO. Oh, so he suggests Adriana. He suggested sativa. I don't understand. I mean, I feel the same with either one. I don't even know what this is. I think it's a hybrid. Anyway, Do 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 do. Homeschooling, is that also connected to the Duggars Church in Arkansas? I'm sure. Well, and I'm the thing about it is, Pepper, is that if you think about um the kind of infusion of evangelicals with and remember, the Russian Orthodox really tried to get into the evangelical movement. I don't know, gal, way back in what, the 70s, 80s, with what's his name? Jerry Falwell, or Franklin Graham, all those people. So I feel like it's been they've kind of melded. Shiny, happy people. Yeah. Highly recommend that too. I've watched that. Doctor scripted me medical weed. Yes. CBD, sativa for day, indica for night. 1980s. Thank you. For fatigue and energy. Oh, cool. Franklin's the contemporary dirtbag son. Oh, right. Billy Graham. Sorry. Thank you. Sorry. Although Franklin Graham was part of the 20 and Gal, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Franklin part of the 2017 National Prayer Breakfast, where the Russians kind of started really taking over that particular event? Yes. Bush Sr. brought them in. Sorry. Mikhail. Oh, I didn't remember that part. Margulis went to the breakfast. Oh. Well, isn't that interesting? What is the one? Oh, wait, this is the other one. John Eastman. I just want to look at this one. March 4th, 2019. John Eastman, Jim Garland. Because I love hearing about John Eastman. I'm really sad that his thing isn't on this week. My buddy swears by RSO. Yeah, it probably was late. I think I'm wrong. Margulis played with Gorbachev in the Kremlin in the 90s. Oh, prayed with Gorbachev. Oh my gosh. Margulis. Such a weird. I don't know. I'm curious to see what your experience is, Adriana, because I don't notice a difference between the three, hybrid, indica, and sativa, but maybe I'm just not paying attention, or maybe I'm just smoking too much of all of it. Okay. Anyway, Congress of Families conference in Verona, Italy. When things collide, like Claremont's Eastman and propagandist Bousman with WCF and Alexei Komov. The World Congress of Families, a notorious anti-LGBTQ group that reportedly received funding from sanctioned Russian oligarchs, is hosting its annual conference in Verona, Italy next month, and a number of Americans have decided to join them. Maybe not for good reasons. But isn't it a body high? Like, which one is a body high? I don't really get. I'm still pissed that Billy was given a living line his honor. Yes. God damn, yeah. Right. Okay. John Eastman, former clerk for SCOTUS Clarence Thomas. They're all connected. There's nothing blueing on or stewing on about this, you people. It's the fucking receipts. Jesus Christ. Morons. John Eastman, former clerk for SCOTUS Clarence Thomas, and megachurch pastor Jim Garlow, Mike Donnelly, and higher up at the right-wing Homeschool Legal Defense Association, HSLDA. Okay. And Sean O'Hare, chairman of one of the most prominent anti-abortion groups aimed at American youth. Oh. Ooh. Blech. The WCF, the World Congress of Families, which the Southern Poverty Law Center has identified as a hate group, is a joint Russian-American project dating to the mid-90s. It has reportedly received funding from sanctioned Russian oligarchs like Konstantin Malofeev and Vladimir Yakunin. The latter is a close confidant of Vladimir Putin. Putina. WCF's official Russian rep, Alexei Komov, has history praising fascists and anti-Semites, according to emails made public. In emails, Komov referred to Italian neo-fascist as a friend, quote, an anti-Semitic Russia insider outlet run by an American, Charles Bausman, as a good site. Eastman, Justice Thomas's former clerk, has worked closely with WCF head Brian Brown in the past, including at the vociferously anti-LGBTQ National Organization for Marriage, where Eastman works as the chairman. If you needed another reason to hate good old John Eastman, there it is. Sativa might make me have to clean the house, and nobody but guests wants that. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I'm dying to know, Adriana. Okay, O'Hare is among the WCF's youngest speaker. He is the current chair of Students for Life and describes himself on his website as a, quote, young, dynamic, and influential speaker with business interests, including manufacturing, restaurants, and cybersecurity. At previous WCF conference in Moldova, Brown pledged that the WCF would continue to act as a bridge between Washington and the Kremlin. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. January 30th, 2019. Hacked emails list right-wing fundraiser partying with Russian fascists and oligarchs. A new database of hacked emails and reveals attendance at a 2014 gala in Russia. Oh boy. Megachurch pastor Jim Garlow resigning from Skyline to minister to politicians, government officials on September 11th, 2018. He will officially step down from the San Diego area 2,100 member congregation in November as he looks to expand a governmental ministry that he helped found called Well-Versed Nations. The ministry, which existed in some capacity through holding weekly Bible studies for members of Congress for the past 4 years, has been expanded in recent months to include Bible studies for employees of the United Nations in New York and employees of a federal agency in Washington, D.C. What the fuck? Well-Versed Nations Capital Ministry, primarily led by former Southern Baptist Texas pastor Rick Scarborough, founder of Vision America Action, a conservative, where am I? I'm getting there. A conservative Christian advocacy group to mobilize Christians and churches to fulfill the responsibilities in order to strengthen the society and grow in government or completely destroy it. We haven't decided yet. Garlow's new book, co-written with Barton, founder of the Wall Builders. The Wall Builders. Steve Bannon got in trouble for it, got pardoned for it. Wow. The Precarious Moment lays out 6 problems facing the U.S. and the way they should be solved. Oh, yeah, I bet it's great. Those 6 issues cover government return to a biblical foundation, nation's racial divide, nation's broken immigration system, need for millennials to experience a spiritual awakening. I got your spiritual awakening right here. No. Need church to stop worrying about being culturally accepted and importance of the relationship between U.S. and Israel. Otherwise, we don't have that rapture. Wall builders. And there she was, December 14th, 2021, kicking fucking ass and kicking fucking names, kicking fucking ass and kicking fucking names. That's my friend. That's my friend. That's my friend. Oh, different wall? Okay, well, whatever. Well, then I probably shouldn't keep talking about it. God, it was a different wall. Well-Versed had a permit for January 6th. Ooh. Okay, I won't. It's not Bannon. Sorry. Correction. I've been corrected. It is a different Wall Builders, but you get the point. Editorial correction in the moment. There we go. Different wall. Just make sure everybody knows. What? Well, okay. This is a small world. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a wall world after all. It's a wall world. Boop. Well, this was fun. I think it's time to go. So, thank you, Gal, for sharing all your incredible hard work. Really, thank you so much. Gal is in the midst of everything that she does, she manages to send me things to say, hey, I know you're looking for things to cover. What about this? So not only did she provide today's information that I wanted to present, that article, etc., but she also let me know about Wednesday's hearing about oversight of the DOJ. Oh, it's okay. We'll get to Charles Flynn. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. There's time. No, I'm happy. I'm so happy to have it. Thank you, Gal. I really appreciate the help. It really does help. It makes the show so much better and more informative, and that's what I want. So thank you. Um, and it certainly, I learned something new. I didn't really realize about well verse, so I want to look into that. Anyway, I'm going to run as a Republican and promise each individual a wall. Then I'll just switch parties. There you go. That's a good idea. Yeah, Adriana, thank you. Thank you for coming. Super fun. Great chat as always. You guys are amazing. Um, hope you have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow morning. It's going to be early, 7 a.m. We got a hearing to watch. So don't be late. Don't be late. 10 a.m. on the East Coast, 7 a.m. on the Pacific Coast, everything in between and outside of that. All right. I love you. Be good. And don't be assholes. You're not. So, but for the lurkers who are assholes. I'm still baking. Yes. Yes. All right. Love you. Yes, very. Always so grateful to Gal. Yeah. All right. Have a great day, everyone.